Okay, so this is going to be for week 8, Tuesday, and it's going to be on box and whisker plots. All right, read the first question, please. Mark McGuire's home.
Mark McGuire's home run counts in range and order are
Okay.
Babe Ruth's home run counts are
In range and order. So this is from smallest to biggest, right?
Yeah.
Keep going. Suppose.
Suppose you play fantasy baseball and you could only have either Mike McGuire or Ruth. Who would you pick? Make box and whisker plots for each player. Find a 5-number summary.
Okay, did she go ahead and talk to you about what a box and whisker plot is? Did she do one in class?
Yeah, it was like.
Okay, so what are the 5 summaries? Go grab your notes.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, I'm asking you because why would she assign you this if she didn't tell you what it was in class? What's the first one? What does it say?
I don't know.
What does that say? What does that say?
Minimum is 2.
What else?
That's not even for this paper.
Okay, so the 5 summaries, I want you to go ahead and write this down in your notebook, or actually on the side of paper. 1 is your median. Okay, next one is called a lower quartile, and it's LQ. Next one is upper quartile. UQ. And then the smallest number. And the biggest number. Did you copy that down inside? This is the 5 summaries.
I don't even know where to put it.
Then put in your notes. Right here. In your notebook. Right here. Put in your notebook. 5 summaries of box and whisker plot. We can copy it later. Okay, I'll have you just do this first because I have to go pick up your brother soon. So let's take a look at the first person. First person we're looking at is McGuire's, right? This is already rearranged from smallest to biggest. If it's not rearranged in smallest to biggest, you have to put it in smallest to biggest before you do anything else. Okay. So here's the first step. Small to big. Is that done? Step 2. Find the median. What's the median?
The median 40 or
the middle number. What's the middle? Well, actually, before you do that, smallest to biggest, and then how many numbers are there?
12.
You sure?
Yeah, there's 12.
If it's even, remember you're gonna have to find the mean because the number in between them is gonna be the average of the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your median is gonna be between those 2 numbers. What's the number between 39 and 39?
1.
What's the middle number between 39 and 39?
39.
Yeah, the median is 39, right? That's the first thing you do. That's your first one, number 1, right? And actually with the steps, I'm gonna put numbers and stuff, so that way it's a little bit easier to follow. Okay, step number 1. Step number 2. Number 3. You need to find the LQ. LQ is going to be the median on the left side. So when you're looking for the middle number on the left side, here's the middle, right? What's the middle in between this? What's the middle number here? What's the middle number?
2.
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's 6 numbers, so you're gonna have 2 numbers in the middle, right? What's the middle number here? 27 is between 32 and 32. I don't understand how you got 27. How'd you get 27? What is it?
22.
Okay, 22 and 32. So then the middle number, so number 2, LQ is 22 plus 32 divided by 2, which is 27. Medium's 37, lower quartile's 27. Number 4, find UQ. What do you think the UQ is going to be? It's going to be the middle number of the upper side, right? What are the two numbers in the middle? Okay, if it's an even number, you will always have a middle number, right? Or I mean, odd number. If it's an even number, you have 2. So what's 4952? What's the middle number?
It is 50.5.
You sure? I just want to make sure you're sure. So 49, okay. Good, okay. That's number 3. Oh, okay, so this, okay. Number 5. Find the smallest number. And then number 6 is the biggest number, right?
Yeah.
What's your smallest number? 9. Isn't it 9? 9. What's the biggest number?
70.
70? Okay. You need to grab a ruler. Go grab a ruler. Graph the box and whisker plot for both player on the axis below. You need 2 graph on one axis, 1 for McGuire, and then also 2 color pencils. Okay, forget the ruler, just grab a color pencil then. I don't have that much time left here, so. Your color pencil's right there. Where are you going? Just sit down. It's right there. All of this information needs to go in here. Do you see that right there? Okay, so we're gonna do one color. So I'm gonna do blue. I'm gonna say McGuire is gonna be blue, right? So the box is gonna be the first 3 numbers. These 3 numbers, do you see how I'm boxing them right here? That makes the box. Do you see that? These last 2 numbers, they make the whiskers, because there's 2, right?
Yeah.
So let's do the box first. Medium's 39, so here's 40, 39, or is that 37, 39? 39, that's 39, yeah. The middle is 39. So right here, right?
Yeah.
39, that's gonna be your box, okay? That's the middle of the box. LQ is 27, so right here. Right there, draw another line. Grab your color pencil, let's go. UQ is 50.5, which is right here. Okay, smallest number is going to be 9. There we go. Biggest number is going to be 70. Here we go. So I'm going to label 39, 27, 50.5, 79. Do you see that? Okay, that's McGuire's, right? Now, bless you, Bubba. Next, let's go ahead and find Ruth, right? This is Ruth. Do you see Ruth right there? Number 1, median. What's your median for Ruth? Well, how many numbers are there? The first one in was 12. How many numbers are in the second one? 1, 2, count.
22.
No, there isn't. How many numbers are there in Ruth?
Oh, there are like 15.
15 is odd, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 15 means that you have a number in the middle. One number, right? What's your one number in the middle? Okay, 46 is the number in the middle. Now, the different thing about this is because you have a number in the middle, your lower quartile, you're like, do I include the 46 or do I not include a 46? Do not include. Do not include that, okay? For the lower quartile. So then for the lower quartile, what is your middle number here? Of the left side here, middle number. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, so there should be a middle number. It's 54. And then what is your upper quartile? So what's the middle number? Or whoops, I totally messed this up. I messed this up. Hold on. 54 is the upper quartile, right? Lower quartile is over here. So what's the lower quartile? 35. Good. And then 4, what's your smallest number?
22.
And number 5, what's your biggest number?
Just
66?
no, just 60.
60? Okay. So when you draw this one, you're gonna draw this a little bit bigger. Now watch what I wanna do, okay? We're gonna say that, let's do purple for Ruth. You need to do a different color, okay? So
Yeah.
Ruth, I'm just gonna put a box right here, like this, so that way you know that the purple is for Ruth. McGuire, it's gonna be this color right here, right? Okay, so for Ruth, we're gonna start off at medium's 46. So here's 46. Do you see I'm gonna draw a much longer one right here? Okay. Then I have lower quartile, which is 35. 35, 46. And then 54. This is gonna be my box. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then of course I have smallest number is 22. So for this one, I'm gonna go this way. Do you see how I'm a little bit off the blue one? So you can see the difference there, okay? And then 60. Right there. Do you see what I did there? Is that pretty clear? Make sure you label it. So McGuire's on top. You see how I label the top with McGuire? On the bottom is Ruth. So on the bottom, smallest 22. This one here is 60, okay? And make sure you label it. And also what you can do is I also want you to label it so that this you put smallest number. This one is lower quartile, median, upper quartile, biggest number, okay? And do the same thing over here. Smallest number, lower quartile, median, upper quartile, biggest number. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then it says, suppose you play fantasy football or baseball and you have choose either McGuire or Ruth. Who would you pick? You're gonna answer that question. Who would you pick?
Ruth.
Why? Well, if you look at the graph, who's like a little bit further ahead? Like the box part.
McGuire.
McGuire, okay. So, or no, McGuire is blue. Who's ahead in the box? Whose box is ahead?
Oh, Ruth.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. You just pick whatever you want to write, but make sure you explain. Just write, I pick so-and-so because, and just explain it, okay? Because, whatever. You could say I pick Ruth because if you look at the purple graph, do you see that the majority of his data, that's the lower quartile, median, upper quartile, are ahead of McGuire? Whereas with the box with McGuire, he's behind.
Yeah.
But then with McGuire, he does have 70, which is higher, but 70 is a whisker. So he only has one that's out there. Does that make sense? So yeah, low score, low score, low score, then you have high score. Okay, so all right, find the mean number of home run for both players. So then mean, how do you find the mean?
Mean is equal like
You add everything together, right?
yeah.
You basically find the sum divided by 12, right? So you can use a calculator and do that, but make sure you show the work for it, okay? And then for here, you're gonna do the mean for Ruth. So you're gonna find the sum and you're gonna divide it by what? 15. Okay, so make sure you find that. Okay, all right. Let's go on to the next part. They'll pick up your brother soon. All right. Find the range of each player's home run. The range is gonna be pretty easy. The range is just the biggest number minus the smallest number, right? So then for Ruth, so I want to put Ruth right here. What are the two numbers for Ruth? For Ruth, you just go back to the 5 points that the 5-point summary, right? So this one here is for Ruth. Wasn't that 60 and 22? So you just put 60 minus 22, and that should give you an answer. Now take a look for McGuire. What are the two numbers, biggest and smallest? For McGuire. Number 4 and 5. 9 and, yeah. So for McGuire, it's 70 minus 9, right? So make sure you label that. All right. E, what does it say?
Statistics include mean and range, and the graphs which player you would choose. Justify your statement.
Okay, make sure you justify your statement, okay? So when you justify your statement, look at the box and whisker. So hold on. Look at the box in box whisker plot, okay? But then also that's the first one. Number 2, talk about the mean, okay? Talk about the mean. What is the average? Who was higher? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And third one that I want you to look at is the range. I think Ruth would have a higher range because he has one big number and then his number smaller. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the range, that means the data is more spread out, okay? Do you think you have any outliers? Outliers means that it's kind of like Ruth. If you look at Ruth right here, do you see how with this number, he have a 9, 9, but then he jumped to 70. Do you see that? So you can say the outlier is 9 for Ruth and 70 for Ruth as well. So I would say the Ruth outliers are 9 and 70. And then why? Because these numbers are far away from the mean and median. Okay?
Yeah.
And then also do the same thing for McGuire. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so that basically concludes this assignment. Okay. All right.